It's a lovely afternoon and welcome to the resort town of Siavonga, where we are bringing to you live pictures of the activity here. And my name is Chitalumlenga. Now, Siavonga is abuzz this afternoon, and that is because the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Edgar Lungu, is launching the first fish harvest of the Presidential Fish Farming Initiative. Now, this is a project that the President launched last year in 2020 with the urge to grow the aspect of aquaculture in the country. Now, we are all aware that the President of the Republic is an ardent fish farmer himself, and we do know that he did set up a fish farming project of his own with an initial 2,500 fingerlings. Now, in addition to that, he is supporting aquaculture in the country. And so under the Presidential Fish Farming Initiative, the President did donate a staggering 2 million kwacha to this particular project here in Siavonga. And this is supporting two particular cooperatives, and this is the Wiantanshi Cooperative as well as the Kamimbi Cooperative here in Siavonga. And what is happening today is that he is launching the first fish harvest, a very, very exciting project. And he did go out on the waters this afternoon. What you're able to see in our pictures is His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia. Your Excellency, good afternoon. My name is Chitalumlenga from ZNBC.
Happy to see you.
Happy to see you too. Now, a very exciting experience, I'd like to believe. I'd like you to share with us your experience as you harvested, or rather launched the first fish farming harvest of this particular project.
Well, the feeling I had was one of joy. I must say I was overjoyed, because you see, it's very rare in a lifetime that one does a project and gets to fruition in a very short time, despite the skeptics having been in numbers and the overwhelmingly telling him it can't work, it won't work, it doesn't work. So it was a very joyous occasion. And I think for me, it's not only just because the fish is there, but because a lot of doubting Thomases will come on board now. They'll see that there is value. You can make money, you can live off the waters in this country. And thank to people like Yalelo, the minister here, and these other partners who helped us pioneer this particular project, amongst the many others.
One last question, Your Excellency. In terms of prospects for aquaculture for the country, what you've experienced today and what you've seen, what does it mean for the prospects for the country?
The poverty levels in Zambia are high, as you very well know. And we are saying that we cannot continue giving alms to the citizens. We want to empower them in a meaningful way. This is one such way. So this is an area in which we can make the country's economy go up, people's lives improve. You see, for example, to keep this fish, we have to feed it. And the fish feed is produced from maize and the soya beans. So it means that the farmers who are doing maize and soya beans will have to grow more to support this industry. The guys who are processing it into feed will create jobs. So it goes on and on and on. And in the end, I think that apart from the GDP, the living standards of our people will go up, and generally we'll have jobs for our people, and the much needed and talked about foreign exchange will be there, because this fish is one product which you can export. The Congo market is a good example, not only Congo, but I believe a lot of other areas. So I believe that these two cooperatives here, Wiantanshi and Kamimbi, a good example of what working together can do. At Boma Yangana, the Boma is not just going to give you handouts. The Boma is going to support your idea. This idea is not from government; it's from the people here. Yeah. They requested government, and government, so they need to help. So if you come with a workable idea, we'll support you. That's why the empowerment programs are meaningful if they're anchored on the people with the initiative from them. We can't come here and say, do mealie meal production here. How will they produce mealie meal? Because they know fishing, farming. So I would urge Zambians to say, please, we mean well, and I think we are here to serve you. And the vision that you carry is one which you realize in your lifetime if only work together.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. I can feel your passion, and you've got a very strong team with you. All the best.
Yes, you can see. That includes you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right, there you are indeed, the President of the Republic of Zambia, just sharing with us his experience as he officiated at the launch of the first fish harvest of the Presidential Fish Farming Initiative here in Siavonga. And he has spoken about how important this particular project is, and also just going forward for the country, what investing in growing the fish stock is all about. I am with Franklin Tembo. Franklin, very interesting interview there with the president, but you were with him as you visited the cages out there, and perhaps you could also share with us what it was like out there.
Well, look, like many people have seen, it may be read, and it's different when you actually see it. I mean, I've seen the videos, I've seen the images on social media, as in internet platforms and stuff like that. But going there to see what is actually happening just gives you the possibilities that can be done when there is determination to do something. So you're in this expanse of water, which generally doesn't have as much fish as it should, and then you've got this small place which has a focus, whose focus is just to breed fish. So seeing the president harvest the fish, and Yalelo and their partners, and together with all these experts, have come up with this innovation that just makes it look so easy. We've seen a lot of cooperatives, a lot of other entities trying to encourage households to do fish ponds. What is on this lake is that same concept, but at a bigger scale. And what is sad is that there is a fish deficit in this country, and there is no. Well, maybe there is a reason, but there's no excuse, because we're in the midst of plenty, and yet we have little. So we have to import fish, and it really shouldn't be like that. So this initiative speaks to the possibility of being able to have fish in abundance and enough to even export. But it all goes down to the understanding of the public, of generally. About the value of fish, because it just doesn't end on just eating the fish but you can actually add value to it. You and I have eaten tinned fish forever. Somebody thought of adding value to it, and so basically it was quite an experience to witness and see firsthand how people think to go and put cages on a lake and breed fish in a different but commercial way.
Wow. I can just visualize everything you're saying, and we must also tell our viewers that we will be bringing to them those pictures of what happened out there on the waters. And it also changes the dynamics in terms of the fish stock in the country. Like you did say,
Yes.
The fish stock levels are quite low in the country, and we do know that statistics do say that since the launch of aquaculture projects in the country, there has been a jump from about 13,000 metric tons of fish to over 50,000, and we're still counting.
Poor as they are, living in Kamimbi, have brought the whole presidency of the country here. And to do what? The whole presidency of the country, out of 18 million people, you are here because of your simplicity and because of your care that the littlest people, the most inconsequential people, matter to you. And that is what leadership and presidency is all about. If you can care if you can care for those small people, if you are able to reach out to those small people out there, then you are able to rule with kindness, with care, and with wisdom. We thank you for you being here and for caring for the nameless people. And what does that do? It gives hope even to those who are seeing us today, that if we have a hope of achieving what our friends have, then we'll be able to do so. I thank you once again for gracing our presence here and for honoring those little people out there. Sir, Your Excellency, invited guests, I had been given 15 minutes, but I'll just take 2.5 minutes because I want to cede my other 2 minutes to one of our colleagues, and the reason is, this is the Zambian thing. We are welcoming to foreigners, whether they are bad or good. This particular brother of ours, he has come from the Caribbean, and I seek your indulgence, Your Excellency, in breaking protocol. But since I have been allocated this little time, I want to give him 2 minutes so that he can tell us how welcoming and what an investment, what a conducive investment environment Zambia is. I cede my little time to Mr. Michael Prest so that you can say hello and also say the bad or good things about our country. But if you say bad things, you are not leaving. Your Excellency, with your permission, if Mr. Prest can say 1 or 2 things, just 1 minute. Michael, I've already acknowledged the protocols, so just say thank you. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Honourable Ministers, all protocols observed. I stand unique in this room as being somebody who has made an investment in Zambia, made an investment in Investrust Bank, and I stand in front of you and you probably ask yourself why. Throughout my 25 years of doing business throughout Africa, there's no country, possibly in Africa, that I haven't done business. My investments have been hallmarked by one thing: the audacity of the statement, along with the audacity of the intention. I see Zambia as not being a landlocked country, but being a land-linked country. A country where opportunity literally abounds. This morning was a testament to that feeling. I immediately saw the opportunity. I immediately approached the minister and I said to her, can you imagine if you can scale this opportunity that we've seen this morning? Instead of there being one opportunity, make them a series of opportunities. A series of opportunities in which investors like myself, steeped in financial services, see the platform to grow and create scale. The Honourable Minister referred to food security. It's in the offing. As an investor, as a businessman, what do you look for? You look for the enabling environment, you look for a welcome greeting, and you look for executive leadership that has a vision, good intention, and direction for the country. Your Excellency, I thank you for that. I thank you for welcoming me. I just want to make one statement before I leave the podium. The world is about to enter the next supercycle of commodities. The future is underpinned by two commodities actually, but one main one. And that's a commodity that Zambia has in abundance. And that commodity, as I'm sure you well know, is copper. The phones with all we have, the satellites which are going up in the sky. EV cars, improved telecommunications, they are all underpinned by this one resource. Our investment in Investrust Bank is hinged upon three things: repivoting the bank, changing the bank's offering from what had to date been a brick and mortar offering, but creating a robust fintech platform to serve all customers. Customers like we've seen this morning, urban professionals, high net worth individuals, creating a pipeline of offering that can appeal, understanding, and I wish all of you to understand, Zambia is a hub. It is a land-linked country. Our intention is to establish first national footprint, regional footprint, and thereafter international footprint. We have a tremendous opportunity. We look to the future, and I thank all of you, and Your Excellency, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Prest. And on that note, Your Excellency, I wish to thank you for your coming once again and for this opportunity.
At the backdrop of Lake Kariba, and what has been happening has been something that has attracted the attention of many people and investors and potential investors, as it were. One of them who spoke earlier is visiting this country from Bank of Nevis International Limited, or BONI for short, Michael Prest, whom I'm privileged to be able to speak to right now. So again, welcome to Zambia. And you already expressed how amazed you think this country, which you think this country is, describing this country not being landlocked but land-linked, and in a sense saying there's so much opportunity. What in a nutshell is giving you this kind of impression?
Well, first, I'm keeping social distancing, and I thank you for that welcome. I think Zambia, I described it as being land-linked as opposed to landlocked. That changes the nature of the narrative. The audacity of the opportunity here is unique. It's and as we saw this morning when we went with Mr. President to see a fish farming project, that tells you the capability. Now, can you imagine one opportunity, a financier like me steps in, we scale that up. Instead of having one, perhaps we have 20, then we move to 30, then perhaps we move to 100. So that tells you the scale of the opportunity. As an investor, what do you look for? You look for a welcoming environment. You look for enabling laws that allow you to get along with your business, but you look for vision and leadership. So this is what Zambia has. It has a stable polity. It has a 17 million population. It's surrounded by 8 neighboring countries. That in itself ensures that Zambia, to all intents and purposes, is a hub. Now, can you imagine, in that hub, people like myself, we invest because we see the possibility of the possibility, establishing a fintech financial platform, but a platform that allows you to engage with all sectors of the community, from the rural farmers, or maybe cooperative fisher ladies that we saw today. I was about to say fishermen, but now I say fisher ladies, to urban professionals, and then further up the chain to the high net worth and those institutional investors. The possibility of the possibility is awesome. Now, we invested in an institution called Investrust Bank because we realized that going forward, it's no longer a brick and mortar proposition. We intend to bring into the market basically a fintech proposition. And why that? If you look at the mobile phone penetration in the country here, it's pretty high. So that tells you that all the way down the chain, all those who own a mobile phone, they've crossed that mental Rubicon. They are now consumers. They'll be consumers of financial products. We'd like to also look about introducing alternative energy into Zambia. Can you imagine the possibility of the possibility? You have alternative energy, the sun, solar, sitting alongside hydropower, hydroelectricity. You change the nature of the feedstock. You make Zambia self-sufficient. And from that point, in terms of power and energy resource, as I said, land-linked, you now begin to export that to the neighboring countries. Right. That's the potential that Zambia has.
Right. As a close, what's your plan?
Our plan is we backed our plan. We've made the first step. We've made the investment in Investrust. We're going to sit down with our partner, our shareholder, and we're going to turn that institution around. It used to have 100,000 customers. We're going to go beyond 100,000 customers. We're going to go up to 150, 200,000. You never know. We're going to add that to our own strength. What are our strengths? We have an international outlook. Our bank, we say, is a bank which has a window to the world. Same thing with Investrust. First, national footprint, then regional footprint, and align that with international footprint. But also, most important, align it to the interests of ZCCM and IDC. When it becomes a useful bank to those institutions, the future is whatever we work hard with our partners to make it. So we're excited. We came here today. We're the backdrop of Lake Carib. I'm astonished by the beauty, I have to say. It's still breathtaking to me, but it tells you, on a more serious level, it tells you the possibility of the possibility and the audacity of the opportunity that is Zambia. In a post-COVID, post-vaccinated world, Zambia is the takeoff story in the SADC region.
We'll be following you on that. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much, Michael Prest from BONI, or the Bank of Nevis International Limited.